Raise your hand if you guys brought assistants. Okay, super, super, super smart. You're figuring it out. If you want to do this on your own, you will not make money. It may be mentally stimulating to you to play the game of Tetris with teeth, as I call it, which is basically what ortho is trying to figure out how everything fits together. But you are not, it's not going to be financially beneficial for you if you're going to, you do need to do it at the beginning because you just started a few cases, you actually have the time to place. I still place all my brackets. I don't trust anybody to do that. But as far as changing wires and tying stuff in, I'm 6'6", my hands aren't small, so my assistants actually tell me to leave. And that's where you need to get your assistants to. And I talked to it a little bit about it last time. How you make money is educating them to work for you. You know, that's one of the bad things about dentistry is you're out of the office, you're not making money. Yeah, well, you got hygiene making money, but you still got overhead. You're not producing, right? Well, turn them into producers. And that's basically comes with education. I wrote down some stuff as far as things I thought were the most important, like if I was finishing my first course, and what's been a difference maker for me is push your assistants, right? Challenge them. This is just how I did. I'm not saying I'm right. But what I'm saying is when your assistants, let them learn with you, right? So my first thing is, and I ask assistants, and even from the beginning and even now, hey, I got an ortho check for you. What are we doing? Well, they need to be able to answer that. Well, why are we in? What's our treatment time? Where are we in the case? We're 6 out of 24. Okay, good, I'm 6 months in. Because trust me, you won't pay attention to that in the beginning because you're too worried about all this other little crap. And then when you realize you're 6 months over and mom's not happy, patients aren't happy, something you need to pay attention to, because like Brad talked about it earlier, dentistry's tough because success and failure in our industry is not millimeters, it's tenths of millimeters, right? So it's the same thing with ortho. If you guys think all your cases, I always say, I shoot for A's every single case, but you gotta be okay with the B's, right? And guess what? Sometimes you're gonna have some C's, right? And maybe if nobody knows, maybe you have some D's. You're gonna have cases like that because you can't control everything. You can't control whether the kid's wearing the rubber bands. You can't control whether mom and dad are helping them, whether they're brushing their teeth at all. But you need to learn to be okay with that. As far as assistants who you have, push them to where they know what's going on. Because if you train them, if you get their IQ up, it actually makes you understand what you're doing. Right now, I always say when you learn something, you're a cookbooker, you need to become a chef, right? So right now I'm in an 018. What does Brad say? Oh, okay, I need to go to 020 and open bite because that's what the little list says I'm following. Well, as long as you do that more and more, I always say to the girls, become a chef. Don't follow the rules. Why do you want to go and do an 020? Oh, okay, well, what does the 020 do? That's the type of conversations I have with my assistants because I want everybody I want everybody's IQ to go up, because what they'll do sometimes, I promise you it'll happen if you push your assistants, is you're going to be set, you've already looked at the pictures and you're going, okay, I think this is what I'm going to do. And the assistants will say, I was kind of maybe thinking about hanging out in an 018. Why? Well, you haven't really completely unraveled, and honestly, this is an adult patient. It probably takes longer. I think this wire needs to work longer. And when I took it out, it was kind of tight. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. That's actually really, really bright. You took me in a whole nother direction, right? So whereas it's a team treating the patient, it's kind of our whole office philosophy is if everybody's looking at that patient, you get better outcomes because you need to realize that you don't know everything, even though you're the one that has a doctor, right? It's that. So that's why I wrote down as I wish, push your assistants and pick your assistants good with kids, right? Number one thing, moms and kids. There are some people, honestly, the personalities just suck. I have one of my number one production assistant. Her personality doesn't suck. I actually love it, but it's completely different. And it's not. We tried her with ortho, didn't really work out so well. She's not that bubbly. Get after a kid. You need to brush your teeth. She just didn't have the right personality. So don't be afraid to look at your assistant's personality. Nate and I were just talking about this in the back. My number one requirement for hiring anybody is I don't care their IQ. I don't care about anything as long as they're happy. You need happy people treating kids because kids will bring in anxiety, and the more happy that person is, the less anxiety the kid is, which they typically with ortho, you don't have a whole lot of anxiety. So I wrote that down.